Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
In just his second start off the disabled list, Daniel Norris was perfect through 5 innings last night. Then the bullpen took over. Buck Farmer, Ian Kroll, and Drew Verhagen were outstanding as well. Adam Eaton, however, would tie the game in the 9th inning, only to have the Tigers win it on Rajai Davis's RBI triple in the 10th. And today the Tigers go for another victory and a great day for baseball. Game 4 featuring the Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for the final game in this series. JV, Justin Verlander on the mound today. Gibby, we've talked about how we're trying to get the young guys built up to 200 innings a season. JV's done that with regularity.
Well, he's much differently well into his career. JV's had 8 years of 200-plus innings. The numbers don't lie. He has the most pitches, the most innings pitched, the most starts. And he did in the last 8 years, that's 2007 through 2014. The innings, I think, start to add up a little bit. He had core surgery in January of 14. Never was right in 2014. Hurt his arm this spring on the DL for his first time. Took the time to get his arm strong, his core strong. Now throwing the ball very well. He's preparing better, hitting his spots. He looks to go very deep today, finish the season strong, and get back to his 200-inning ways for 2016 and leading this young staff.
All right, hopefully the Tigers will get him enough runs to score a victory here today as the final game of the series is coming up after a short break. Back to the Call Sam studio with Matt Shepard. 3 walk-off wins on this homestand for the Tigers. Final game of the series next. for baseball here this afternoon. Justin Verlander is on the mound for the Tigers, presented today by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Only 3 and 8, but it's pitched much better than that. Opponent's only hitting .230 over his last 10 starts. I believe he's got an ERA about 2. Hasn't got the wins at, but all of his pitches, he's a 4-pitch pitcher, and he can use what's working for him today to get through this game.
Here's the starting lineup he will face today, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Adam Eaton will lead it off. He'll be followed by Jose Abreu and then Trace Thompson. Melky Cabrera cleaning up. Bobby Garcia in right. Ramirez the shortstop. And their bottom three is Sanchez, Holt, and Soto. And we are ready for baseball here this afternoon. Justin Verlander starts the windup, and here we go. First pitch of the ball game is fouled back out of play, 0-1. Eaton with an 11-game hitting streak coming into play today, batting .281. And his numbers down the stretch have been good for Chicago. 3 out of 7 in the series. He's knocked in a couple, including a big run for them yesterday to tie the game in the 9th. A little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Eaton.
Yeah, Adam Eaton, a very scrappy ball player. He's got a little bit of pop. Likes to slap it the other way. Will pull it if you give it to him. Likes to run the bases very aggressively. Started slow, as you said, but has finished very strong.
The 1-1 pitch is fouled away again. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Eaton. White Sox has 72 and 79. The Tigers at 70 and 81. Eaton with 50 RBIs this year. His home run numbers are way up. 13 long balls this year. Now JV steps off.
You take a look at Castellanos here at third base, still staying in at the bag. You got a speed guy. You can't retreat too deeply, because if they chop on you, you have to be able to come in and get that ball and get him in time. Also hugging the line a bit. Looks like maybe conceding a single, trying to stay away from extra base hits.
Here's the 1-2. And foul tipped. 1-2. The count stays on the left-handed batting Eaton. Abreu and then Thompson here in the first inning. Eaton over his last 24 games hitting at a .374 clip.
JV used the curveball late in the game last start in this situation.
That's in the air toward left center field. Ghosts on the run, and Anthony gets there for the out. 1 gone in the Chicago first. The Tigers defensive alignment brought to you by Beaumont Health. You saw Ghost run that one down in center field. Davis in left, Martinez in right. Castellanos, Machado, Kinsler, and Avila from third to first. Miggy gets the day off today, being bothered by a sore back. Verlander and McCann for battery. So here is Jose Abreu. Tigers, for the most part, have done a good job of limiting him in this series. Just 1 for 11. And he'll take strike 1 in the outer edge.
Yeah, Abreu hasn't looked like the guy we've seen in the past. In a little slump right here. However, is hitting .500 off of Justin Verlander. Has a couple of home runs, so if it gets if we get into a situation later in the game, we might want to pitch around him.
Ball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's always two ways of looking at it. When a big star is slumping, he's either due or you're getting him at the right time.
I think what you do is you come out in this game and you read his swings and his early at bats, and you make that decision based upon that. But in the past, he's pounded the ball and hasn't looked very sharp yet in this series.
1-1 is swung on and missed. 1-2 on Abreu.
Justin Verlander continues to spot that ball right at the top of the zone or just a little above. Very tough for hitters to get on top of that pitch. He's got a little bit of explosive life up there at top, and work well in big situations.
Verlander has gone into the 7th inning in 9 of his last 11 starts, and the turnaround has been striking for JV after coming off the disabled list. He took a couple of starts to get rolling, but once he finally got rolling, he's been awfully good.
He has healthy again. We talked about a little bit in the open. He had that core surgery before the 14th season, and it was never right last year.
There's another foul there by Abreu. He stays alive.
There you see, since July 24th, third best. We followed JV out the other day into the parking lot, had a conversation, and you know, I brought up the point about all the innings. You think it has an accumulating effect, and he doesn't think it did. Just had that core injury, and he never recovered. You know, when you have serious surgeries like that, it takes sometimes 2 years or more to get back to where you're 100% and feeling well, and it appears that he's there this year.
Now again the 1-2 for Abreu, and he'll take Lone away 2-2. Well, having said that, I think you're right. I mean, still, you can't discount the amount of innings he has thrown over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, innings, pitches. The only pitcher in since 2010 to throw over 250 innings in a season. That was 251 in 2011. And we kind of been talking about that a little bit, how the innings just, they're curbing the innings that starting pitchers and relievers pitch nowadays. Try and save them.
That was the year that Justin had to dust off the Mantle Trophy as Cy Young and MVP that year.
No, not a bad year, huh?
Not as good as it gets.
Just like Willie Hernandez in 1984.
Now, are you one that believes pitchers should win the MVP?
I think there are cases where they should, and you can hardly argue with JV in the year that he had when he won it.
And Abreu, meanwhile, is continuing to foul off pitch after pitch.
Yeah, chase that one. JV went a little higher even, and Abreu's still in swing mode. 8 pitches this at bat.
Two and two the count. 1 out, nobody on, just underway from Comerica Park, the series finale between these two.
Get in the dirt.
He did, but he would not bite. 3-2.
Good idea right there. Just never was a strike. You see Abreu that he flinched, but never a strike came out of ball. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back with another one. It's either going to be that or the high fastball, although Abreu has fouled off several of those. Again, going to the curveball.
So Abreu continuing to hang here with Verlander. He's driven the pitch count up to 15 now. 3-2 the count. Abreu the last 2 years with 203 RBIs, and that is the most for any White Sox hitter in his first 2 years in the big leagues combined. And good numbers against JV, as you see there. And he finally draws a walk, so he wins a lengthy battle with Verlander.
Looked like some type of off-speed pitch, maybe a straight change there. JV went to the well. Yep, that's what you got. Trying to get that ball down more. Abreu on with the 1-out walk.
Here is Trace Thompson. 325 this year for the young outfielder. Thompson 2 for 12 in this series. And those 2 hits are for extra bases, a double and a triple. Ball 1 from Verlander. Thompson has showed a little bit of power here in the big league level. 4 home runs. He has 8 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers this year in limited playing time for Chicago. He'll shoot that one towards center field. Goes on the run. He's going to make the catch, and he'll get a double play as Abreu goes to second. And Avila's going to run back to the bag and hand it off to Verlander. So they will line into a double play to end the inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Ford dealers. No Miggy this afternoon. Some soreness in his lower back. Instead, you've got Ghost, Davis, Kinsler in your top 3 spots. Victor is the DH. JD is in right. Castellanos at third. It's Avila, McCann, Machado in the bottom 3 spots. And they are facing the right-handed offerings of Frankie Montas.
He's got good velo, gasoline, 97-mile-an-hour fastball and up. Hard slider also, 89, 90 miles an hour. These are in Birmingham numbers in Double-A. 23 starts, sub-3 ERA. Look at the strikeouts to walks. Opponent's only hitting .219 up.
Defensively for the Sox, brought to you by Tim Hortons. They have Thompson in center, Cabrera, Garcia out there with him, Olds in Abreu at the corners, Ramirez, Sanchez up the middle, and Giovanni Soto catching today. Anthony Ghost leads it off, and a bouncer right back to Montas. 1 pitch, 1 gone. Anthony very aggressively going after the first pitch.
Yeah, he's been ready to go, and that was a pretty good approach right up the middle. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right out of the gate. Montas with good hands there. Menards brings you the big money encounter. Rajai Davis, extra innings right here. We needed a walk-off triple, and we got it, scoring Anthony Ghost from first base. Tigers disappointed that the White Sox tied it up, but came back and won the game.
Rajai with his 7th career walk-off hit. The last one he had was that grand slam that he hit against the A's, the walk-off grand slam last year. 1 ball, 1 strike on Davis. Rajai is batting .250, 7 home runs this year. One ball, 2 strikes. Montas only 22 years of age. He hails from the Dominican Republic, and as Kirk told you, man, he brings it. He has been clocked at 101, but they are trying to get him to dial it back and work on location a little bit more. 1-2, the count stays on Rajai Davis, number 3 prospect in the White Sox system, according to MLB.com.
Who do they have at number 1? Do we know?
I do not know. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it's going to fall. Base hit. Cabrera had him played a little bit deeply out there and left, and it drops in for a single.
Also a day game, very bright. It's tougher to pick the ball up in the outfield on day games like this. It's very sunny, so you don't get the jump. Rajai kind of fists it out there. Now on first base, he can put some pressure on the young pitcher from the White Sox.
Shortstop Tim Anderson is their number 1 prospect. Here is Ian Kinsler. .299 batting average for Kinsler, who is 0 for 10 in the series. Don't say that very often.
Ian's a little under the weather. Talked to him this morning. Got a little bug that's got him.
Now Montas will step off.
You see Rajai looks pretty comfortable over there, very aggressive. He's probably done his scouting on Montas.
18 in the stolen base column. Rajai tiptoeing off the bag, draws the throw.
Got the stopwatch out. We'll see what we got for time. If he's 1-3 or better, I would say Rajai is going to be on his way.
What is he?
115. Pretty quick slide step there. Pitchers, that'll keep the runner, but very tough when you rush to the plate and you slide step that quickly to have good location. So that's part of the game that you play as a runner. Sometimes you're not going, but you want to look like you're going. Get the pitcher to slide step and rush his delivery.
Now, will the runner get that time from the first base coach?
Yeah, Omar Vizquel has a watch probably in his hand over there, and he'll give him the times as he comes back. You have a good time. Used to always count how long he held the ball as well, and he does. He's got it in his right hand right there. Now, if you watch, sometimes they put signs on with their stopwatches. If he puts it in his other hand, something could be on. So maybe there's a hit and run. Guys follow it up that way. So Omar watches the sign. Clarkie, it's a hit and run. He puts the watch in his other hand, and if you're the runner, you look for that to verify the sign. Or maybe Omar gets a flash sign from Brad Ausmus in the dugout, and Brad says, I want him to steal here.
Runner bluffs, and Rache had to scamper back. If catcher Soto would have hung on to that ball, might have been a play.
He did not get a good jump, so he shut it down. Fields are usually a little damp early in the game. You see his left foot gives out, smartly retreats. There's signs that go on all over the field from various places, mean different things.
Now Montas with the 2-1. He throws a strike 2-2 on Kinsler. You mentioned the term flash sign. What is that?
The flash sign is just there's a time, agreed upon time, when, let's say, Omar would look into the dugout. Could be Brad, it could be Gene Lamont, it could be a pitcher, it could be a trainer. So maybe they put their right hand on the railing, and that, you know, I would say if he throws over here, put it on. And so as soon as he throws over, the hand goes on the railing. Omar sees it. Maybe he changes the watch. Maybe he walks up. Maybe he has a verbal sign. Maybe it's Raj instead of Rajai. You know, I mean, there's just so many different things that go on.
A lot of moving parts that you don't notice.
Especially with left-handed pitchers, because you're always going first move.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Kinsler. We're in the bottom of the first and no score. 1 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Tipped it into the glove actually for strike 3, and Kinsler is gone.
It's like the changeup right there. Nope, something off speed. Looks like a hanging slider. Didn't come down, in underneath. That's what you call an overhang. You expect it to come down, but it doesn't come down, and turns out to be a good pitch.
Well, here's Victor now with 2 outs. .241 batting average, 1 for 8 in the series for Martinez, who is back into that cleanup slot now for the Tigers, or at least has been the last 2 days. Deep defensively is Sanchez at second, as they swing around 3 defenders to the right of second base, and Davis draws another throw. Don't expect too many innings today from Montas. He's been working pretty much out of the bullpen since he has arrived here in the big leagues. Hadn't started a game since late August, and they weren't sure whether or not if he would start today or someone else, but they didn't need him in the doubleheader, so they tabbed him for the 4th and final game in this series.
Pretty good effort. Smarja went 9 innings.
Yeah, and Eric Johnson gave him 6. Runner bluffs, and that's a ball low, 1-0.
They're very quick to the plate, 1-1. It's going to be very tough to make it. You're going to have to pick on the ball in the dirt. 8 innings out of the bullpen so far for Montas. 10 strikeouts. Does have 4 walks. 6 hits. So they see him as a guy of the future.
Here's the 1-0. Runner does go, and it's hit in the air and deep into right field. Down the line, that ball is up, and that ball is gone. It's out of here. A home run for Victor Martinez, and the Tigers strike first. 2-0 Detroit, and the home run by Victor Martinez, his 11th of the year and 200th career home run.
It's nice. Looks like a fastball right down the middle third of the plate. Victor staying back. Hands come through quickly. Brings the barrel to the ball. And right down the line, about 4 or 5 feet bare. Just a matter of whether it was going to go. It looked like it might have got in on him a little bit, but That's the 6th Venezuelan-born player with 200 career home runs in his 13th Major League season.
Congratulations to Victor Martinez and the Tigers out to a 2-0 lead early in this game.
Excellent start.
Also RBIs 61 and 62. There you have it. Cabrera at the top of the Venezuelan list, 407 home runs. There's the ball outside to JD Martinez. 2 balls, no strikes. Victor, after a really tough month of August, rebounding nicely here down the stretch in September.
He's really, well, he's a veteran, so you know he's going to keep grinding. He's not going to give in to the frustration. He's hit really well from the right side all year. It's been a struggle from the left side, so that's something he wants to get fixed as he finishes out this season and gets ready for next year.
A little bit outside. Now the count rolls to 3-1 on JD. Castellanos waiting on deck. Martinez 2 out of 11 in the series. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And a check swing. Did he go? He did not. He'll take his 2-out walk. First of the ball game for Montas.
Did he go? Let's take a look. Close, but got the call down there. Mark Carlson at first base.
Here's Castellanos.
You know, if you just look at the body language of Montas, the young kid, that home run just kind of takes a little bit of the fluff out of his posture, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly has.
It's one of the things that all pitchers have to learn, and really position players. You're excited in your first major league start for your organization. Things are going good, and then a veteran jumps up and gets you. Got to recompose yourself and try and get off this diamond. Of course, the Tigers want to tack them on.
Castellanos 4 for 7 in this series against Chicago. And Nick has the average up to 252 now with a career high 70 runs driven in. The 0-1. High fly ball, shallow right field, and it's going to be caught on a nice play by Carlos Sanchez with his back to the infield. That'll be it for the Tigers. However, there goes V-Mart, number 200 in his career, and the Tigers lead 2-0. Brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. When it's time, come to Comerica. Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or see your local dealer today. Maxwell House Coffee, good to the last drop. What a stunningly beautiful day today here in downtown Detroit. Beautiful view of Belle Isle as well. The Tigers and the White Sox wrapping up this series. And well, the Tigers out to a 2-0 lead on the home run by Victor Martinez. Melky Cabrera is standing in to start things off here in the second. And it's Luke Fowl back out of play. The Bernstein advantage brings you the pitcher-batter matchup. Cabrera against Verlander, well, decidedly in JV's favor.
Yeah, Melky's not done well so far in his career. Hopefully that remains as we get through this game today.
Now the 0-2. Little pop-up, back a short. Machado charging back there. Nice play. 1 out.
Looked like pretty good communication out there. Machado very aggressive after that ball. That's what you need. Everybody's got to take off at full speed. Looks like we had a verbal out there because he went right after it. You see Rajai pull up a little bit. Take care of that easy out.
One away for Avisail Garcia. The former Tiger batting .259 with 12 home runs this year. He'll slap that one foul back out of play. 0-1. Verlander allowed a walk in the first to Abreu after a lengthy battle, but then Abreu was doubled up on a line drive to center field, which cut short that inning for JV.
Yeah, good play by Ghost. Good positioning by the Tigers in their defense.
Chopper to the shortstop, Machado.
And a bit of generosity that the Tigers took advantage of.
So a 2 gone. Alexei Ramirez will stand in. We're looking up some numbers on JV and how well he has pitched lately. And Kibby, you and I were talking about this. In his last 9 starts, he has only 2 wins, but in that stretch a 2.38 ERA, which indicates he just has not gotten a lot of support.
Yeah, so I don't know how many games, but several where he had the lead or had us in good position to win the ball game and didn't end up spitting the decision. Didn't get bailed out, but he's throwing the ball well. You just watch him today. Watch how he's hitting his spots.
Line to left field, but it's hooky.
Just want to keep an eye on that as the game goes on. JV seems to mix in more of his other pitches as he comes around second, third, and fourth time around.
I guess there comes a time if you're one of those guys that never gets any run support or rarely does, that you just have to realize that you can't control that. All you can control is going out there and tossing up zeros.
That's right. And we were talking about the important metrics of the future. Yesterday we were talking about, I think ERA is going to maybe become more important than wins, because it's more accurate measurement of how the pitcher's doing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, it's earned runs, so I mean, you may give up runs on errors, that wouldn't count. It's a way of evaluating somebody. And there are other factors. The park certainly has something to do with it, and having a good defensive team behind you, guys that have good range and pick it up.
2-2 on Ramirez. Low, ball 3.
You know, this White Sox team is expected to do much better out of the gate, and they struggled early because of their defense. They've made some changes now and filled some of those gaps up, but it's very important in today's game. I think pitching and defense is really taking center stage.
A lot of folks thought the White Sox won the offseason, hands down, but that did not transpire into wins early. Little chopper to third base on the charge, Castellanos. Nice play to get him by a step. And a 1-2-3 inning for Justin Verlander. To the bottom of the second we go.
Goes deep off Eric Johnson. Deep center, left center. Got off the Schneid. Has not hit a home run in a while. And as he leads off this inning here, looking to do the same.
Well, if you will stay tuned following our broadcast today, Tigers Live will select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by McDonald's Steak and Egg Burritos. And it's going to be Avila to get it rolling here in the second. Avila, McCann, Machado, the bottom three, facing Frankie Montas. Alex looks at ball one outside. They decide to play him to pull like many teams do. They shift him to the right side. 194 for Avila with 4 homers.
You might just say, well, why can't he just hit it to the left side? You know, some guys it's just harder to do. You're a pull hitter, you're a pull hitter. You are seeing more hitters practice that and execute it, though.
Well, I thought that when you started seeing these severe shifts on guys other than, you know, the Jim Thomes and the guys that constantly were played to pull, I thought it'd make better hitters out of a lot of guys because they might start going the other way a little bit more.
I think they have. Kinsler is a perfect example. Look at this season, 3,000 defensive shifts more than last season. We still have 10 days to go or so.
Montas ready with the 1-2. A little bit outside, and the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tough year for Alex. Physically has not been good. It's always tough when you have one injury after another. Only hitting 194, but his on base percentage over 340. Still has the ability and the knack to get on base.
Did he go? Yes, he went around. So Avila is out on strikes.
Pretty good life on this fastball. Takes off the outer part of the plate. Alex can't hold up.
Hey, let's check in now with Johnny Kane. Johnny.
Yeah, guys, James McCann coming to the plate now. Hey, undoubtedly he's going to earn a variety of awards over his career. Today, an extra special award as he was presented with the Detroit Tigers Heart and Hustle Award recipient. And I'll tell you what made it even more special is because it's voted on by former players for the player that right now represents the true values, passion, integrity of the game. And Mr. Tiger Al Kaline presented James McCann with that award. And obviously, you guys know better than I, but Mr. Tiger is going to be joining you guys in the booth here before long.
He is, Johnny. Thank you. Yeah, we'll give him in the bottom of the third, get his thoughts on the passing of Yogi Berra and his thoughts on the organization this year and heading forward. But what a thrill when you have number 6 handing you an award.
Yep. Any way you can have encounters with Al Kaline if you like baseball means so much. I was honored to have him coach me, be my friend, attend my wedding, and he continues to love the game and give back to the game.
0-2 on McCann, who is 1 for 5 in this series.
Johnny Kane didn't come by the booth today for a little game, did he?
No, he didn't. That's good.
One-hit wonder.
Well, you beat him yesterday. No, he beat you yesterday.
Well,
so
I out-handicapped him.
We wanted to finish out on top. Line to left field on the move, and a nice play by Cabrera in left. Did he hang on? He sure did. Melky Cabrera out there in left field stretching out. 2 gone.
Yeah, that's how you pull hamstrings there, reaching out there. But they held on to it.
Ooh, he caught that thing right before it hit the turf.
Yep, he covered a lot of ground for him and kept it from the turf. I was watching the umpire there. It just didn't get down there, so we could see by the camera that he was out. Just me looking at who's supposed to be where. Get on your horse there, Tripp.
Here is Dixon Machado. Ball 1-2 Machado. Dixon is 0 for 6 in the series, batting .222 on the year. And he looks at a ball low. 2-0 on Machado. Right now at 32 pitches is Montas. We mentioned maybe 3-4 innings today. He's pretty much coming out of the bullpen. His first start of the year. First big league start, period. That'll head back to the seats. Montas was an all-star at Double-A this year, pitching for Birmingham. Southern League all-star, had a .297 ERA.
You know, as of late, it used to be a lot of the pitchers and the prospects came from AAA. Now a lot of the pitching comes from AA. You make it to AA, you're in play. And not as many from AAA.
Fouled straight back. 2-2 now on Machado. What is the makeup of most AAA rosters these days? If most of your prospects are at AA?
Well, they mix in prospects, but many veteran guys who have been in the major leagues, they go up and down. They've been around the various organizations. You know, you're just trying to get the right mix because you mix in some of your prospects and you're hoping that these veterans give them some good advice and wisdom and help them get up to help the big clubs.
Machado takes high, run the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Minor league baseball is big. It's really healthy. Great place to watch a ball game. Good competition.
Lifted back out of play. I think minor league baseball has done a terrific job of turning the game of baseball into an event, and they've done a great job of getting families out. Of course, they've done a really good job with marketing and all the kind of quirky names that each organization has come up with, the nicknames.
Yeah, and entertaining, and the facilities are very nice nowadays.
Swing and a miss to strike him out. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning, 3 strikeouts for Montas. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Sunday Kids Day, and all kids 14 and under receive a free Hannibal Sanchez bobblehead. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Well, as you may have heard, probably heard last night, Yogi Berra passed away at the age of 90. We'll be talking to Mr. Tiger Al Kaline about Yogi Berra and competing against him. And, of course, Yogi was known for a lot of his Yogi-isms. There are some classics.
They'd make you think a bit, wouldn't they?
It's fouled back out of play by Sanchez, 0-1. Here's the first one, Gibby.
Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Talking about going to restaurants. I mean, you literally could write a book on these Yogi-isms.
I think they have written a few, haven't they?
Yeah, they probably have. Everybody's got their favorite. 0-2 on Sanchez.
There's always, it always doesn't quite fit, though, doesn't it?
No, there's always something a little bit off about it. But that's the charm. Sanchez 3 out of 6 in the series, double and a homer. It's fouled away. 0-2 the count stays.
Can I give you one?
Sure.
So the couples was streaking across the field. Did you hear about that one?
I have not heard this one.
He says, I don't know if they were male or female. They were running with the bags over their heads.
I had not heard that one. Where did you read that?
Well, just, it was a 5:30 a.m. reading. I think I wrote it down properly.
1-2 on Sanchez.
Doesn't quite make sense, does it?
Usually doesn't, but again, that's the charm. Now JV again with the 1-2. Olt and then Soto, the bottom three, facing Verlander, who had a 1-2-3 second inning. Two balls, two strikes. Got him. Strike three called. Caught him looking. That'll be JV's first strikeout.
Nice pitch right there. Good battle. Right on the outside corner. Got that changeup over finally. Down in the zone. Fox Tracks tells it it's just on the corner down and away. You can see the spin on that ball. That's the whole key to that changeup. Comes out and you see him turn the hand over. You ever try and throw a changeup like that just playing catch with your son?
Yes, indeed. Here's a base hit to center field. A single for Olt. Game break time, and here's Mickey York. Absolutely. Thanks, Mick. Fired up for the NHL season.
Yeah, all the NHL camps are in play right now, starting to do their exhibition games. The big thing in the NHL camps right now are the 3-on-3 overtimes.
There's a strike on Soto. Giovanni batting .227. Here's our latest Yogiism. When you come to a fork in the road, take it.
What one?
That's the point. That's why it's a Yogiism. Verlander's 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, what was that pertaining to? Do we know?
Travel.
Yeah.
Tigers have a 2-0 lead here on the home run by Victor Martinez as we play in the top of the third.
I know that Yogi really connected that organization. Many of the Yankees that I've known over the years, they all had very special relationships with him. It's around spring training most of the time at many of the events. Hit and run.
Runner goes, a swing and a miss. Throw is high. Tag is made in time. Like Gold slid a little bit too early and kind of came up short to the bag.
Yeah, well, he was kind of hung out right there. I mean, they're trying to do a little hit and run right here. No, doesn't run that good. McCann has all kind of time. And these are the hard ones. And look, he tries a trick slide here, pulls the leg back. Ian Kinsler gets the tag on the back leg.
So JV has had 2 base runners, a walk and a single, and both have been erased. One on a line double play and that one on a busted hit and run. That's fouled back out of play. 1-2, the count stays on Soto.
James McCann just continues to cut down base runners. He's the fast ones, the slow ones, with great regularity.
Very rarely is his throw not on target, and we've even seen him make some throws from his knees, the seat of his pants. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's only going to get better as well.
Bouncing ball to third. Off to his left, Castellanos. They'll throw him out to retire the side. No runs in a hit, nobody left. Here comes the bottom of the third. Great player, a great ambassador to the game, and a great character as well. Yogi Berra passed away at the age of 90 years old. What a player. 3-time MVP, 10 world championships. He hit 358 home runs, and really was a great friend to a lot in this game. Yogi Berra passing away at the age of 90. What a player he was, and really, in a lot of ways, personified the Yankees in his time in big league baseball.
90 wonderful years in this game. What was his first name? Lawrence?
Lawrence Yogi Berra.
Lawrence Yogi Berra.
Here is Anthony Ghost to get things started here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Ghost, Davis, Kinsler. Top three.
Did spend some time in the military as well, defending our country.
1 ball and no strikes on Ghost. There are so many superlatives when you talk about Yogi Berra, and a lot of times you don't realize the impact he had on baseball until you look at his stats, and they were incredible. 2 balls, no strikes.
Now he hit in front of Mantle, didn't he?
Yeah, and Berra 1 year had over 600 at bats and struck out 12 times, which I guess speaks to his hand-eye coordination. I mean, that's almost unheard of.
And being a catcher.
I
know many would pitch around Yogi to get to Mantle. I mean, the Mantle was, he was unreal because Yogi was that good. That's pretty good back-to-back hitters right there. Lots of world championships, 10 of them.
3 balls, 1 strike on Ghost. And a strike called. 3-2 now on Anthony. Well, we will continue to celebrate the life of Yogi Berra. Of course, those mourning his passing today, but celebrating as well. And what was a tremendous career and a tremendous life. Here's the 3-2. Ghost bounced out on the first pitch he saw back in the first inning, 0 for 1. And Ghost now 1 for 8 in the series, still hitting over 300 for the month of September. Three-2 from Montas is pounded back out of play again.
Good job by Anthony right here, staying alive. Fouled a couple off right here, and I think that's a much improvement over what we saw earlier in the year. We talked to Brad about this many times. He sees great progress from Ghost.
Pulled on the ground to second base. Backhanding there is Sanchez. And Ghost is 0 for 2, 1 gone. It is time now for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag DetroitDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. 1 away for Rajay Davis. You like what Brad did here today? He's got typically when he has Davis and Ghost in the lineup, they're 9-1 in some kind of combination. Today they're 1-2.
Do you think maybe did that because of last night, the way the game ended?
Could be. Sprawling play it short, but no chance for Ramirez. Couldn't hold on to it. And that'll be a 1-out infield hit.
Well hit. Alexi Ramirez usually pretty good. Gets up, ball pops out of his glove. Raji putting the pressure on him with the good wheels. You're an infielder, you have to rush that. Makes it a much tougher play.
Here is Ian Kinsler, who struck out in the first inning. And Ian now 0 for 11 in the series. See if he can bust that up right here. Rajay will draw a throw. So Davis is 2 for 2. Wasn't able to get a good read back in the first inning when he was at first base on Montas.
Actually, on the home run he was going, but got to really do your homework here. Make sure you get a good jump. Raji is so good at it that he has the ability to shut it down. Many runners, it's either go or no, but Raj can take off. realize he doesn't have a good jump, and come back as he displayed in the first inning.
Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes on Kinsler. Ian struck out on an off-speed pitch up and out of the strike zone in the first inning.
Could we hit and run here?
It's a pretty good combination to do so, don't you think?
Yeah, and probably not in a 2-0 count. Usually want to leave it up to the hitter, but some have in the past. Put a little pressure on that defense. You know you're going to get a good pitch. Probably going to be a fastball.
Runner goes and is hit in the air to shallow right field. That ball is going to drop. Base hit. Davis will stop and then cruise into second. A bloop single for Ian Kinsler.
Not sure whether this is a hit and run or not, but this is really a good read by Rajai Davis. Most runners would probably take off back to first base immediately when this ball goes up. Your job is to take a peek as the runner. You see Rajai taking off. Watch, he just reads it. He can tell it might drop in. He's standing right there. Then on to second base. If he retreats too far, he's going to be out at second base on the force out. So this is a very good read there. This guy's had a lot of experience, and good job. First and second now, 1 down.
And that'll set the table now for Victor Martinez. Tigers with back-to-back singles here in the third. Victor got him on the board with a 2-run shot in the first inning. His 11th home run of the year. .62 driven in now for the Tiger DH. And he'll look at ball 1 outside.
I think if you're the White Sox, you're not going to try and throw him a fastball middle third in. Victor showed you why not in his last at bat. And he homered last time on a 1-0 count. He's there again.
10 of his 11 home runs this year have been hits from the left side of the plate. Ooh, there's a pickoff throw, but Ramirez was behind the bag.
You would think that the White Sox wouldn't want to throw the same 1-0 fastball here. But if you're Victor Martinez, I don't think you sit on anything other than that.
Tigers now have 4 hits in this game, only 1 for Chicago. We're in the bottom of the third. In there for a strike, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. We're talking about Montas and his ability to throw triple digits, 100, 101. But as Don Cooper says, what good is 101 if you can't hit the glove?
Well, you're always behind in the count.
And so they try to get him to dial back to improve his command.
The numbers show that when you're behind in the count, you're going to give it up.
And Victor looks at a ball high. They'll throw it back down, and hits Davis, going to roll into right field. Both runners will move up, and a break there for the Tigers on the throw by Soto. It'll be an error on Soto.
I'm not sure this is a good try by Chicago, and you can see why by the result. Rajai gets back, actually screens Alexi Ramirez. Ball bounces off him, and both runners advance. They have baited him a little bit right there.
Yeah. So now the White Sox will just walk Martinez.
Makes sense.
That'll load the bases for JD Martinez. And here comes ball 4. Ooh, we almost threw it away.
A lot of young pitchers will do that. You want to be ready down there when you're at third base when you see a guy throwing the intentional walk, finishing it off.
It's the 8th intentional walk of the year for Victor Martinez. That'll bring Don Cooper out again. Trouble for Montas, the young right-hander. A couple of singles and an intentional walk to load him up, bringing the pitching coach out. Well, this weekend, September 25th through the 27th, is Fan Appreciation Weekend. See the Tigers take on the Twins and get half-price tickets for select sections. For tickets, visit tigers.com. Enter the coupon code Thank You. Rapidly winding down your opportunities to watch the Tigers this year. Just 3 coming up this weekend against the Twins.
A little surprised the White Sox don't have anybody up in the bullpen yet. They said, 3-4 innings. You got to figure it's around 60 pitches. Now at 55.
So here is JD. One ball and no strikes on Martinez.
Gets a granny here, he'd be at 100 RBI. Everybody always wants to reach that mark. 5 for 9 with bases loaded.
Davis, Kinsler, Martinez, your base runners. Here's the 1-0. Lifted foul, back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Any way you look at it, it's been a tremendous season for JD Martinez, especially when you consider that Cabrera's been out for a spell, Victor Martinez has been out for a spell, and there were times where they really leaned on JD for being the power source in the lineup.
Well, the other thing is his 149th game. He's in there every day. It's a delight to the manager. You got to have guys you can count on. Ian Kinsler's been another guy, been healthy all year. Even when he was going through his hitting streak where he was slumping, still answered the bell every day. JD Martinez only getting better.
2-1 is grounded foul. And it whistled right by Rajay Davis, who hit the deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Off-speed pitch there. JD just a little bit out front. Most of the time you'll see on the fastball he's going to stay on it a little longer and try and shoot it up the middle of the field, or oppo.
Is that term you used the other day?
Oppo Popo.
Nice. I'd like to see that right now. Drill to left field. That ball is hooking. It's going to get down and bounce over the wall. It'll be a ground rule double for JD Martinez. That'll drive in a pair of runs. And it's 4-0 Tigers. RBIs 97 and 98.
Pretty good at bat right there by JD. In other words, that makes him 6 for 10. The bases loaded. Another hanger, comes off speed again because he's got that good approach. Stays on it, puts the barrel on it, tucks it down in the left field corner. Just fair. 2 runs. Tigers lead 4-0.
That is their 5th hit of the afternoon as Martinez picks up a pair of RBIs. Here's Castellanos. Nick swings and misses 0-1. Fastball right at the letters. He swung right through it.
The young Montas, that slider's pretty short. His breaking ball as well. Not a lot of break on it. Looks like JD recognized it pretty quick.
Here's the 0-1. That'll make it 0-2 now on Castellanos. 2 runs in the first and 2 more here in the third for the Tigers. They've opened up a 4-0 lead for Justin Verlander, who has faced the minimum through 3 innings.
Stay with us. We got Mr. Kaline with us for the next inning. Talk about Yogi Berra and some of the Tiger issues.
It's what we call a tease in this business. Very nicely done, Gibby.
Mr. Kaline's done a few teases, a few bait jobs out there in right field too.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Castellanos. And so the pitch count now is up to 63. There's Kaline's corner out there in right field.
It's a little further away than it was in Tiger Stadium.
Just a tad. Missed it outside, and the count evens now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick, a pop-up back in the first. Came in batting .303 over his last 32 games. Avila waiting on deck. And he hooks that one off the glove of the third baseman Olt into left field. Victor scores. J.D. Martinez goes to third, and the Tigers get another run. It's 5-0.
Nick really stays on this. I think it's a little slider. He's pulled off many of them early in the year, but you see him developing as a hitter. Good length, doesn't pull off it. Off the glove of Olt. Tigers score another. That's good stuff.
71 RBIs now for Castellanos.
Continues to top his numbers from last year.
And with the way Verlander is pitching, it's starting to get away from the White Sox. As Avila stands in with men at first and third. Montas struck him out back in the second. Strike one. There's finally some action now in the bullpen for the White Sox. Scott Carroll is warming up. The 0-1 pitch. And Avila looks at strike 2. 5 runs on 6 Tigers hits in this ball game now. Right in the outer edge. Low 1 ball 2 strikes. Montas had a 1-2-3 second, but then he gave up a couple of hits here with 1 out in the third. Double by Martinez, scored a pair. Single by Castellanos, scored another. Here's the 1-2. Little chopper hits slowly back up the middle. This will get another run in. Ramirez throws out Avila, but it's an RBI for Alex to make it 6-0. Thirteenth RBI for Avila.
Well, you get another run in, didn't hit it very well, but you get guys on base, you got to put it in play, stayed out of the double play. Keep the line moving.
Here's James McCann. Flat out back in the second to left field. There's a strike on the inside part. They'll get back out of play down the right field line, and the count now is 0-2 on McCann, who has 101 hits this year, and that's good for 5th among rookies in the American League.
One of the big surprises on the team this year, James McCann. Not only the way he's hit the ball, but just the workload that he's had to take under his belt, the way he's handled the pitching staff. His throwing is exceptional. Looks good for years to come.
Popped up. Should get him out of the inning. The shortstop Ramirez to retire the side. Big inning for the Tigers, though, as they put up a 4 spot. 2 coming in on J.D. Martinez, double with the bases full. And Castellanos knocked in another. Tigers in command. Away last night at the age of 90. Here are some of the ranks for Yogi all time among catchers. At the time of his retirement, 358 home runs, knocked in better than 14 runs, and well, the numbers are as impressive as the man that Yogi was. And we're pleased to be joined by Al Kaline, number 6, is in the booth with us right now. And Al, thanks very much. I know it's kind of sad for you because you played against Yogi. You knew him very well. You hooked up with him in Cooperstown every year at the Hall of Fame ceremony. And just your thoughts on his career.
Well, you're going to miss one of the great characters of all time. Not only was he a character, but he was a great human being and an outstanding player. I loved Yogi as anybody that have ever met him or been associated with him. He's one of the great guys to be around, and I just enjoyed. I got to know him really well in Cooperstown. My wife and I would always get there a day early, and Carmen and Yogi would always be there a day early. So we had a chance to spend some time and got to know him. And he always called me Alvin. Hey, Alvin, how you doing? And he'll never let me forget the one time in New York. He was playing left field. I hit a ball over the bag in the 9th inning, going for 2. He hit that the railing. He fielded it and threw me out at second base. And every time I met him after that, hey, Alvin, remember when I threw you out at second base? So, but he was great. I loved him.
Yeah, he seemed to have a real good memory of things that happened in the past. And now you guys hooked up in, was it the 56 All-Star game? And you hit behind him, did you?
I don't remember that far back, but I remember playing in it in 55 and 56. But, you know, I never got to know, back in those days, players weren't as friendly as they are right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, but then later you go on into the Hall of Fame and you get to meet a guy like that. But it has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It is. It's a much more friendly game than it is before. We used to get fined if we went over and shook somebody's hand on the opposing team. Now they go give them a hug and a kiss and go to dinner with them. So I don't understand it, but hey, the game's great.
You accept it, though, right?
Oh, I have to. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Al, do you think because of the personality of Yogi and all the Yogi-isms that people really don't appreciate the type of player he was? They see him more as a character of the game as opposed to a guy that's won 10 championships and was a 3-time MVP?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And those things, those Yogi-isms came right off the top of his head. It wasn't anything planned. But he was a very smart guy. You get him one-on-one, and I mean, he could talk to you about a lot of different subjects that never came across, and everybody wanted to make him look like somebody that wasn't, well, he wasn't really well educated, but he was very street smart.
Now, Yogi was around a lot in a lot of the Yankee events. I know he went to spring training. He was around the ballpark at many of the events, and you've kind of taken on that role here with the Tigers. I mean, I see you here every day. You just love the game. You come in here, got your office, and so you're a little bit like Yogi, huh?
Well, I am as far as loving the game of baseball. Certainly not as good as Yogi Berra as a player, but I enjoy the game. It's something. Hey, let's face it. I'm almost a high school dropout, but I did get through it. The only thing I ever wanted to do was play baseball and be in baseball, and I don't apologize for the fact that it's the only thing I know. And I enjoy it. I love the game. I see the beauty of it. I see good things. I see bad things, but I really enjoy being here.
Jose Abreu, the batter here. We're chatting with Al Kaline about Yogi Berra, and I just want to kind of finish up on Yogi with this. He was 5 feet 7 inches tall, Al, and if anyone personified the fact that you can be any size or shape and be a good player in this game, maybe it was Yogi.
Yeah, well, Yogi was small, I mean, as far as being short, but he was also very stocky.
Yeah.
And, he was probably 185 pounds, 190 pounds. I'm not really sure of that, but I got very upset about 10 years ago when Yogi came into the locker room down in Florida, and I heard a couple of the players saying, "Oh, look at him! How could he be a Hall of Famer?" And I get mad at that because he was probably 75 years old at the time, but of course they didn't see him when he was 175, 185 pounds.
Well, how about the 1955 MVP race? And you and Yogi, man, you were right down to the wire there. He nipped you, but the numbers, you could make an argument, Al, that your numbers were better.
Yeah, he came up to me the next year and said, Al, you should have won the most valuable player, but you're so young, you're going to win a lot of them. And I never did. I finished second to the Triple Crown winner next year, Mickey Mantle. But, Yogi played on 10 world championships. He had 10 rings. And I don't see anything wrong with a catcher leading a team to the world championship. And certainly he was a leader of that ball club.
You didn't probably see that you had the WAR on him there, 8.2 WAR. Are you into the new metrics at all?
No, I'm not.
You think Yogi would understand any of those at all?
No,
it didn't mean anything to you guys. You guys just knew what you knew, didn't you?
Yeah, we just studied the game and we listened to every other player. I remember being on trains when I was 18 years old and listening to the players. We sit there and I just keep my mouth shut and listen to the players, and that's all they talked about: the pitcher they just faced or the guy they're going to face tomorrow. And I just listen and try to learn as much as I could.
Trains, Al, you guys didn't have the big comfy airplanes and all that stuff we've got today?
Oh, no.
The lobster and steak?
Yeah. Well, we did get a little steak on the club car, but in fact, I enjoyed it because being a kid from Baltimore, I never got to travel a lot and get on a train. And, of course, the club car was you couldn't sit everybody at once, so the veterans and the stars ate first, so I had to wait my turn. But that was fine, and then you just sit there and listen to the guys talk and talk baseball, and then you get in your compartment, lift the shade up, and look at the country that I've never seen before. Yeah. It was great. I enjoyed it.
It took you a little longer.
It took us a lot longer. I remember going from Philadelphia to St. Louis the next day and got off the train and went right to the ballpark.
Did you guys carry your bags in those days?
Absolutely. We had rollers on them, though, so we could roll them.
3-2 on Trace Thompson here with 2 outs, and he'll foul off another. We're chatting with Al Kaline about Yogi Berra and his relationship with Yogi and what Yogi meant to the game, and certainly Al meant a lot to the game as well. And it's just great to see you around the ballpark, Al. I know you love this game so much, but the one thing I admire about you is your ability or willingness to give advice to the young players if they want it.
Well, I'm in the clubhouse every day, and first I'm in spring training every day, and I'm not the type of guy that would say do this, do it like the old timers did. I don't believe in that, but I always make a point and tell them, hey, look, I'm here. Anything you want to ask me, whether it's about baseball or when you come to Detroit, I don't know a lot of people here in town. If I can help you back here in town, fine. Particularly with the outfielders, because I spend a lot of time with them, and I try to help them. And if they want my advice, I will give it to them. But I'll never go to somebody and say, you got to do it this way. I mean, that's just not my way.
The 3-2 again is ball 4. That'll give the White Sox a 2-out runner.
No, I know I was enrolled in K-Line 101 in 1978, 79, and I got through that. You did enjoy it then, and of course, more than you know, they all appreciate that. What is the one fundamental thing that you would say is similar to when you played in the game today that really hasn't changed that much about, say, outfield play?
Well, the only thing that has changed is that they don't take as much outfield practice as we used to. We used to take infield practice every day when I was playing. And then now they would do their throwing on the side. But the game is altogether different. You have to try to practice, in my opinion, game condition.
Here's a high drive into right field. That's going to go way back to the track and to the wall, and it's going to carry out and gone. That is a 2-run shot for Melky Cabrera here with 2 outs to get the White Sox on the board. Go ahead, Al. You can finish your thought.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I think they should practice more game condition type of practice. They throw on the side and they throw long distance, fine, but they take their time. But then all of a sudden in the game, when you have to charge the ball, you have to move your feet really fast, make the turn, and then make accurate throws. They're just not used to doing that.
A home run by Cabrera, his 12th of the season, to cut the lead now to 6-2 in favor of the Tigers. And Garcia looks at ball 1.
I think the other thing I see is that they're overcoached. I think every player today wants to be told what to do instead of knowing what to do. Batting practice, pitching, it's all fundamental type things, and they go down and look at video after they strike out and see what they did. I mean, we never had video. We would just talk to former players and say, did you ever face this guy in the minor leagues? What's he throw? How's the ball move? And that was our information. And now they go look at video all the time, and they have to be pretty much told what to do when we were expected to know what to do.
You didn't have a batting cage either, did you?
No batting cages, no batting practice pitchers. You threw. I know when I was 18 years old, the way that the players started liking me was I got to Briggs Stadium at that time early, and I threw batting practice to them because I knew I wasn't going to play, and I had a lot of energy.
It was good for your arm.
Here's the 2-1 to Garcia, and it's outside 3-1. I want to ask you about the shifts, Al. How would you have attacked these shifts that we're seeing now every day on players?
Well, I certainly would make them respect the fact that I could hit the ball the other way.
Right.
And I notice in batting practice, they all practice hitting the ball the opposite way. And then once the game starts, they all go back to trying to pull the ball. I think they're all afraid that they're going to get pitched inside, and they're not going to be able to. Where I always thought it was easier to hit the ball the opposite way on a ball inside. Sort of like Cabrera does so much when he hits the ball so much the other way. He keeps his hands inside and takes the ball the other way. But and I really get a little upset when you have a guy hitting maybe 220, 230, or even lower than that, not even attempting to do it.
And his line into shallow left field, going to be caught on the run by Rajai Davis. Al, always a pleasure. Don't be a stranger. Thanks for coming up today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Gibby. Thank you, my man.
Kaline.
Always great to see you, my man.
All right, the great Al Kaline sharing some of his thoughts on the passing of Yogi Berra at the age of 90. Today's game is being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving around the world on land and ships at sea. We welcome you all and thank you for your service. Well, the Tigers on a spectacular day here in downtown Detroit have a 6-2 lead over the Chicago White Sox as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning.
How about Mr. Kaline? How good is he?
He's the best, man. He is literally the best.
And really, he's much the same as Yogi was in New York here. He's given so much to everybody, continues to do so. Like you say, it's just great to see him, and so passionate about what he has to say. Very powerful.
Meanwhile, Scott Carroll checks in. Wallside windows pitching change, so Montas is done for the day. It'll be Machado, Gose, and Davis here in the fourth inning. Dixon Machado, a strikeout victim, back in the second. Two-run homer by Melky Cabrera has cut into the Tigers' lead a bit, 6-2.
Sailing along, a walk and a dinger.
Now Carroll goes to work, and Machado shows bunt.
Scott Carroll likes the fastball. He's got a slider that he throws. Changeup's a big pitch for him as well. It's occasional curveball. He will cut the ball occasionally, so he's kind of a 4 or 5 pitcher.
1 ball, 1 strike. Carroll recalled on the 16th from Charlotte. He'll roll this one. Will Machado to the shortstop. Ramirez. What a play, but his throw is going to be off target. That'll be an infield single for Dixon.
Might have had a little more time on that. Rushed it, Alexi did. Tigers advantage. Machado turning down first base line. Leadoff single.
That'll bring up Anthony Gose. Gose, a couple of ground outs in this game. 1 back to the pitcher and 1 to the second baseman.
Though he's 0 for 2. He's had 2 good at bats, though, in my book. First one right up the middle. It was snagged by Montas. Second one, he got deep into an at bat. Hit it sharply to the second baseman.
Anthony has hit safely in 15 of his last 18. His on base percentage here in the month of September is over 400. He'll drive that one foul to left field. 0-2. Tigers have the lead behind Justin Verlander. They got 2 in the first and then 4 more in the third. Now the 0-2. Ghost takes inside, busted him in there.
Seems to be a pattern of many of our opponents. They bust Anthony Gose in, try and get him thinking about the fastball. And they throw you in there, you tend to cheat a little bit and speed up your bat, which leaves you susceptible to a breaking ball down and in. They get something off speed here now.
And he fouled it away.
This is where Gose has improved. You got a piece of that pitch early in the season. He probably he would pull off that pitch. Much more length in his swing. You see it's a changeup, down and away. Stays down on it. Fouls it off.
Carroll came up in the Reds system, a 3rd round pick of the Reds, and then eventually was signed as a free agent in July of 2012 by the White Sox. Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Sanchez tags the back one. There's the double play. It'll go 4-3. Taylor made it. He hit it right at the bag, and Carlos Sanchez turned it. Base is empty now for Rajai Davis. A couple of singles and a couple of runs scored. A couple of really good at bats for Rajai, who's had a nice day today.
Had a nice 2 days. Game walk-off winner last night. A couple singles today already. A couple of runs. He's going to need that off day to rest those legs, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's got a 5 for 10 going in this series. Tigers have that off day tomorrow before Minnesota comes to town over the weekend. And Rajai looks at a strike. 0-1. That triple that Rajai hit last night in the 10th inning was his 10th of the year, which puts him 3rd in the American League in 3 baggers. 0-2 now on Davis.
Right on the corner.
Pulled on the ground, fair inside the bag. It'll go all the way down the line. Davis is motoring towards second. He's thinking about 3. Here he comes. Davis coming to third base, and he is in there with a triple. Make that 11 three-baggers for Davis. He is having a day.
Yeah, he gets this ball inside, just right in, over the bag almost. And Rajay's really good at running the bases. I tell you, he usually hits on the outside foot, which I like. You can see the dive right there by Mike Alt. Unable to get it. Rajay's off and running. Takes a very good route around the base. I like this outside foot right here. He's running hard all the way. He knows he might have three. You always want to put yourself in position and assume that you can make it, not that you can't make it, and he does, and that's a 2-out triple.
Kinsler trying to cash him in. Tigers now have 8 hits in this game today.
Moving up, isn't he, in the triples area?
Third in the league. Outside 2-0 on Kinsler. Ian had a single and scored. Came around on the J.D. Martinez double. Last inning. Here's the 2-0. Turned on it, fair ball, diving play at third by Alt. That'll score the run.
Alt got up. The pitcher cut that ball. I don't know that I've ever seen that.
I've never seen that.
Makes a dive, good pickup, that he just gets up and rushes it right to the cutoff man. Actually, it was a good play because that ball would have been well off the mark.
Just couldn't find any footing after making that diving play.
It's an interesting play, but works good for the Tigers. They score another, answer the White Sox back. 7-2.
Infield hit, RBI for Kinsler, his 72nd RBI. 7-2 now. That'll bring up Victor Martinez. He'll pull one on the ground back up the middle. Ramirez is there. And he'll throw him out. Tigers get a run back on the RBI by Kinsler. 7-2.
Looking in the first inning right here, Victor Martinez goes deep, gets an inside 1-0 fastball, 2-run home run.
Tigers had a big inning in the third when they put together 4 runs. Martinez Castellanos had big hits. Melky Cabrera answering with a 2-run shot.
And Rajay right there with the 2-out triple. The Ian Kinsler infield single puts the Tigers up 7-2.
And so Verlander goes back to the hill in the 5th inning now, up by 5 runs. JB has Alexei Ramirez leading it off, and Sanchez and Olt. Justin gave up the 2-run shot to Melky Cabrera, and that's it so far. And Ramirez looks at a ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. JB was able to face the minimum through 3. And a 2-out walk by Thompson in the 4th, and the 2-run shot by Cabrera. Drilled toward left field and hit well. He's going to go to the warning track for the out. Rajay runs it down. 1 gone here in the 5th. Hey, join us again Friday. The Tigers welcome in the Minnesota Twins, and our coverage begins at 6 with Tigers Live. Tigers Twins Friday at 6 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Detroit.
Twins in a dogfight for that last playoff spot, the wild card.
Angels got a big win last night.
Yeah, Twins are trailing Houston by 2 games. Angels by 2.5. This is going to go right down to the last game, I got a feeling.
Such a different look than the National League wild card. We've got Pittsburgh and Chicago controlling the way, and they're pretty much in.
Yeah, San Francisco the next closest at 9.5 games back. Mets have been losing a little bit. I think they're only, 6.5 up on the Nats right now. Probably can't catch them, but never know. Maybe a little uneasiness, a little urgency to win a game.
Sanchez is 0 for 1. He struck out in his only at bat. Loop that one back out of play.
There you have it, the playoff picture. 6.5 back. The Nats are. I mean, Pittsburgh 4 back. The division looks like it's pretty much sewed up, but then the National League wild card we talked about 9.5 back. They're not going to catch it.
Cardinals have a chance to win 100 games this year.
But I don't know. Did they hear on Yadier Molina whether he's going to be able to come back or not? That would be a huge loss to the Cards.
You talk about a critical piece to their lineup and also their defense.
Yeah, he has not had a great offensive year this year, but what he does otherwise for that team, the leadership he shows, his defensive catching capabilities, handling the staff. Mike Matheny said that he's irreplaceable.
I would believe that.
Sanchez takes the big curveball down on strikes. Pretty good. JB's got the curveball working again late in this game, just as he did last game. Looks like it's a fastball out of the zone, up and out of the zone, but the Snapdragon takes it down into the top. 2 away.
That is in for a strike on Mike Olt, 0-1. Olt had a single in the 3rd and then was caught stealing on a hit and run, it appeared. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
JB at 77 pitches, 50 strikes, pretty good ratio today. You know he's thinking complete game.
1-2.
Really starting to get a feel for the curveball. Well located, right there in the inside corner. That's off the body, front door.
That one missed up high. 1 ball, make it 2 balls and 2 strikes on Olt.
See JB's reaction on that pitch. He looked like he guided a little bit, and he looked like not too happy with himself.
Swing and a miss. Threw the fastball by him, struck him out. 1-2-3 inning. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire.
down in a ground rule double. Scores 2. Tigers went on to score 4 in that inning. They've added another since. 7-2.
7 runs, 9 hits for the Tigers. 2 runs on 2 hits for Chicago. Gordon Beckham has come in to play third base. Holt is out of the game. JD pops up the first one foul, back out of play. Well, Tigers All-Star outfielder JD Martinez will sign autographs at the D Shop tomorrow from 6:30 to 7:30. All signatures will be authenticated by Major League Baseball. For prices and additional info, visit tigers.com/appearances.
Yeah, you might want to get one of those. JD getting better and better every day. Going to get something valuable.
Martinez is now 2 RBI shy of joining the 100 RBI club this year. He's got 98. Sliding away, and the count goes 2-1. '69 extra base hits for JD Martinez this year. Three and one.
Well, let's take a look at the last 40 years. The Tiger outfielders with 100+ RBI. Maggs 3 times, Higgy twice, the Kemper twice, and Rusty Staub twice. JD Martinez now at 98. That last at bat that we just showed from JD, the ground rule double, just shows you how he's really locked in on his approach. He stays with it. K-Line was talking about he takes that fastball the other way. That puts you in great position for an off-speed pitch. When you try and pull the fastball all the time, it leaves you susceptible to the off-speed pitch. And JD has implemented that, stuck with it, and there you see the success.
Sharp ground ball to short, right at Ramirez. JD is out, 1 gone. It'll bring up Castellanos.
Stayed back pretty good on that hit sharply, just got a little on top. Carroll maybe got away with one there.
Nick is 1 for 2 in this game, singled off the third baseman Olt's glove in the big third inning, in which the Tigers scored 4.
I think Olt got hurt on that play by that ball hit by Kinsler.
Yeah, he may have. He looked awkward.
Twist something.
Trying to gain his footing and just could not. Fell to the ground. Oh, and 1 on Castellanos. The single for Castellanos in the third now makes him 5 for 9 in this series against Chicago. Pulls that one to third. Right there is Beckham. Another hard hit ball. Beckham's throw almost took Abreu off the bag. 2 outs.
That was a bullet. Nick seeing the ball very good.
Hot corner.
Yeah, that's real hot right there. He squared it off good. Ball's coming down and in. Ball was at third base quick. Came up. Good hands down there. I'd be running from that ball.
You would not.
That's when they used to, the old saying is keep the married men off the infield on pitches that are hit like that. Because you know you don't want them to get hurt because they have families at home.
Yeah, no, we get it. No, that's not it. They have families at home. There's a strike called out.
And wives to take care of.
Avila's ground ball knocked in a run back in the third. Tigers today have out hit the White Sox 9-2. Ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not kidding.
Avila came into this game with a 5-game hitting streak. They play him severely to pull. There's the second baseman way deep out there.
And they're expecting him to hit it right there, straightaway second or close by.
Two and one.
You know, Mr. Kaline brought up a real interesting point about how they had no video back in the day, but they kept memory of it. I know they used to keep information in books, and now we have the video to look at things. I mean, it's really the same thing.
That's sailing down the left field line, but foul, and going to be back into the seats.
The difference is you have somebody else do that for you now, and I know there's a couple players that still keep information for themselves, different things, and you know, it's like if you're going down a road, you're driving, you'll remember it more if it was the first time than if you're in the passenger seat, correct?
Right, absolutely. I would not dispute that at all. 2 and 2.
Are you getting in the disputing mood?
No, I'm very agreeable today with whatever you have to say.
Must be just trying to get me out of here or something.
No, that's not it. I very rarely disagree with you. Did he go? We did not. 3 and 2.
I agree with that.
Ooh, that was close.
I agree with that too. It was close. Boy, we are getting along.
Well, let me change that from very rarely to rarely.
I'm not biting.
Just sometimes.
Sometimes rarely.
3 and 2 on Avila. Swing and a miss. Carroll strikes him out. Got himself a 1-2-3 fifth. We go to the 6th. Save big with M-Perks from Myers. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Chevrolet, find new roads. Great day for ball here at the ballpark. It is 7-2 in favor of the Tigers today.
Yeah, how about this late nice weather?
It's outstanding. I mean, this time of the year, we pretty much have to maybe wear a jacket. It's a little bit chillier.
I have a feeling it's going to be nice for some time this fall.
Here come the White Sox now as Giovanni Soto looks at a strike. Do you have any inside information on the fall weather here?
Just a feel.
Just a feel. All right. Soto, then Eaton, and then Abreu.
The JV still coming out pumping strikes.
Good to see. Here's the 0-2. Missed it high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is the leadoff man, Eaton, waiting on deck. Here's the 1-2. Chased, and Soto retired.
Well, that's an interesting sequence right there. Previous inning, previous couple innings, lots of breaking pitches by Verlander. Comes out right here with 4 straight fastballs. He eats him up right here. Top of the zone again, continues to work.
5 strikeouts.
Yeah, the hitters you tend to watch and you're paying attention to what he's doing in an inning. Then he comes out and changes it up here early in this inning.
That's into shallow right field, and it's going to be caught on the run by Martinez. There are 2 gone. Game break time. We check in with Mickey York. All right, Mick, thanks. Well, the Angels trying to hang tough. Houston has that second wild card position. Here is Abreu now with 2 outs. Ooh, good pitch. Drops in for strike 1.
Here's our high-speed pitch brought to you by Xfinity. 93 mile an hour today by JV. Low of 76. I think he still could throw harder, but just because he's got such good location now, I think he's just utilizing. I mean, he's just painting right there. It's just hitting the glove, all of his pitches. I think he's still got some left in his tank should he need it. But really doing a good job of controlling the zone today.
Now the 0-2. And Abreu flails and misses. Verlander's 6th strikeout of the afternoon. 1, 2, 3, go the White Sox. Postseason action with the American League Division and Championship Series. Don't miss a moment of the drama and history. It all begins October 8th on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Well, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the American League. You see the divisions. New York Yankees still have a chance at Toronto. Houston chasing Texas down there at the bottom. And for the second wild card spot, Minnesota 2 back, Los Angeles 2.5. Cleveland still trying to squeak in. So interesting week and a half ahead of us in concerning the American League playoff picture.
White Sox will go to the bullpen again, and here is Daniel Webb, the right-hander, taking over in the wall side windows pitching change.
Yep, he's a hard thrower in his 25th game, ERA of 5.20, whip way up there. See 18 strikeouts, 18 walks, not a very good ratio. Opponent's hitting .316 against him.
McCann flies the first one to right. Garcia's under it. Two, he had some trouble with it. One gone. One out on one pitch.
Looks like Avisail Garcia struggled a little bit with this ball. The sun should not have been a factor, but kept it out to the side where you don't lose vision of it. Ends up hauling it in.
Ball 1-2 Machado. Third season now for Webb with the big club here in Chicago. Here's ball 2. Last 14 appearances, the Daniel Webb ERA is 8.64. And he missed again, 3-0. Ghosts on deck.
Did you get that one? The yogiism?
Which one?
It gets late early out there, Yogi said. About the shadows and stuff.
3 balls, 1 strike. And he lost him, so Webb walks the number 9 hitter. One on, 1 out.
Yep.
All right, we'll see if Ghost can do something about it now. Anthony is 0 for 3. Time to get him to join the hit parade.
Yeah, 3 ground balls pretty much up the middle of the field. 1 double play. You know he didn't like that when you got your guy with speed. Don't like that.
Anthony's walk-up song is Summertime, and it feels like summertime here. 73 degrees on a sunny day here in the Motor City.
Can you sing that very well or not?
No, I can't sing, period. I can't even sing Happy Birthday.
Oh, yeah, you can.
No,
come
it's
on.
terrible. People run when I start to sing.
We'll just sing real softly. How's that?
Yeah.
Amongst others.
Yeah, I just lip sync the words.
So you don't sing to your children?
I might have when they were very young. If I were to sing to them now, since they're in college, they would think I'm extremely
How
strange.
about to your wife?
Never. I don't think I've ever sung to her. And believe me, she does not want me to.
She would like it. You'd be a big man on campus if you did that.
She would run.
You've got such a wonderful voice, though.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ghost, is swinging a miss. How about you? Are you a singer?
I'm not a singer, but I participate in the birthday sings.
Do you karaoke?
No. No. I don't go to those things ever.
Okay, but what if you did? What would your go-to song be if you were to sing karaoke?
Fred Bear.
Nice. There's a strike call.
What about you? What are you laughing for over there?
Little River Band, Lonesome Loser.
I don't think that's fitting.
I appreciate that.
I don't.
1-2 on Ghost. There's a chopper to first base. Going to be a foul ball. Mark Carlson said it was foul.
Yeah, I had a vision right there. He was going to call that fair, but he didn't.
We're at Comerica Park here in Detroit. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, glad you're with us. Jason Disick is our producer today. Brian Moss, our director.
Well, it's been a long series, but we've had some fun. Tigers need to win this game today, even it up.
1-2 on Ghost. Machado dives back in.
Kind of an unwritten rule. If you're up by 6 runs after 6 innings, you generally don't be too aggressive and run and steal. So here we are in the bottom of the 6th. Still okay to do it.
within the guidelines. It's fouled back out of play. Ghost hanging tough here.
I'd like to see Anthony Ghost get a nice base hit up the middle. He's had a pretty decent approach today. He has not been rewarded for it. Machado on it first. Get Ghost on it. They get Rajai Davis. Kind of three speedsters on the bases. Create some havoc for Ian Kinsler.
Way outside. It'll go to the backstop, and that'll move Machado up to second.
I think that one slipped.
Well, I hope that wasn't on purpose.
No, it was something off speed right there. Just slipped right out of his hand. You see the change up. Grip. Soto has no chance of catching that ball. I guess you pretty much rule out he's going to throw another changeup right here, can't you?
Yeah, I think you could probably take that out of the arsenal if you're Ghost right now. Tigers, by the way, today 3 for 5 with men in scoring position.
Very good. Wally Joyner's got it prepared.
Swing and a miss. He threw it by him. Ghost goes down on strikes.
Pretty good lively fastball there with some late run. See, it looks like it's on the plate. Ball really takes off 95 miles an hour. It's off the plate, and Anthony can't get a piece.
So with 2 outs, here is Rajai Davis. What a day it's been for Rajai. Single, triple, 3 runs scored. Is there a 4-hit game in his day today? Let's see. 0-1.
Taking a look, sizing him up.
Rajai has had a couple of 3-hit games, has not had a 4-hit game this season. Rolled foul, 0-2. The series for Davis has been a big one. 6 for 11. Now the 0-2. Look out inside. 1-2 as Raj skips out of the box.
Yeah, that's one of those where you feel what it's going to feel like when it hits you, but it doesn't really get you. Looks like it was going to be right in the ribs. Webb's really turning that pitch over, trying to run it off the lefties into righties.
Swing and a miss. Davis strikes out. They get him for the first time today. Tigers strand him in. We go to the 7th. Here comes JV back out to the mound.
day again today. Has all of his pitches working. Fastball, top of the zone. He's got the changeup right there. Also the curveball later to mid-game. Really has the White Sox off balance. 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts in only 88 pitches. And you know he's looking for a complete game. I don't know if they'll let him go that far though here with that pitch limit so far.
Yeah, maybe not, but it'll be close. We'll see what he can do here in the 7th. He's got the middle 3, Thompson, Cabrera, and Garcia. Trace Thompson in this game, a walk. He's also lined into a double play. Walked and scored a run. 2 out base on balls in the 4th, and that's when Cabrera hit the home run. .321 average for Trace Thompson, who has showed some power in his minor league days. We'll sky this one to center field. Straight it goes. 1 out.
Here's a sunny day. Not much impact on the field. Maybe a little bit to the left fielder Rajai Davis. He has to go up the gap, but not any trouble to be worrying about. Certainly not in center field or right field.
Two-run homer for Melky Cabrera in his last at bat. He takes a strike at the knees. And that home run, by the way, was the 100th of his career. And it has provided the only offense today for the White Sox, who have just 2 hits against Verlander.
There's not been a lot of offense in this series, period.
No. I mean, the Tigers have 7 of them in this game, but that doubleheader didn't feature a whole lot.
But they got 2 in that.
Two balls, 1 strike. Ripped to right field. That's going to drop. Base hit. 2nd hit of the game for Melky Cabrera.
And we did the piece earlier about how JB owned him, and Cabrera has responded to us. The home run and a single. Cabrera coming in 154 average against Justin Verlander in his career.
Only the 3rd hit today for Chicago as Avi Garcia stands in. Line out, ground out for Garcia. Two for his last 29 at bats. That's in the air to shallow right center field, and it's going to drop. Base hit. So the White Sox have 2 aboard down with 1 out. And now Alexei Ramirez.
Actually, Justin made a pretty good pitch right there. Just kind of gets in on Garcia. Alan Trammell's appreciating that hit right there. That's what you call a fiddle right there. Yep, just kind of worked it in. This Alexei Ramirez is a formidable hitter, I tell you. This guy's dangerous. Be very careful with him. Tough guy to double off. Verlander has had good success at the bottom of the order, and Carlos Sanchez. And now he's got Gordon Beckham down there since Mike Gold has come out of the game.
Here's how dominant Verlander has been today. This is the first runner in scoring position for Chicago, and they're going to make good on it. It's drilled down the left field line. 3 straight hits. Cabrera will score. Garcia goes to 3rd. It's a double and an RBI for Alexei Ramirez. Now it's 7-3.
Well, Jonesy's going to come out and have a talk with Justin. Trying to get things slowed down here a little bit. We've got action in the bullpen. Just sitting at 96 pitches right now. Looks like a changeup, but didn't do much. They say Lexi, he's a pretty good hitter, especially in these situations. Hasn't hit very well this year with runners in scoring position, but gets a big hit here right now, big double.
There is the action in the Tigers bullpen. Drew Verhagen warming up.
I like bringing him in this situation, especially with guys on base. Guy at first base throws a lot of double plays, a lot of ground balls.
So the White Sox a bit of an uprising here in the 7th. 3 straight hits. They've made it 7-3.
Yep, needed to cut it off.
Sanchez, the batter, with 1 out. Swing and a miss. 94 from Justin there, 0-1.
See if he doesn't reach back here in the 7th inning now, in trouble. Get a little more velo as he needs it.
Swing and a miss. 95.
Yep, it's a little more velo there the last 2 pitches. Saving it for the time, the right time. He'll come with it again.
He laid off. 96, so on 3 consecutive pitches, fastballs each tick faster. Gordon Beckham waiting on deck.
Might bury a curveball on the ground right here. McCann's going to have to be ready to block it.
Way high, 2-2.
100 pitches. There you see the distribution. Had an easy 6th inning, only 8 pitches. 12 so far here in the 8th.
Here's the 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss, and down goes Sanchez. Big strikeout there for JV. To 7th.
Well, we had this in the open in case you weren't there. Justin Verlander, 2007 through 14, including postseason. Most in the major leagues with 30,658 pitches. The innings are the most. Starts the most, and he's got 8 consecutive 200-plus inning seasons. Now, he won't accomplish that this year because he's was on the disabled list for the first time, but he'll be ready to go next year for another 200 innings.
Bender to Beckham is in there for a strike, 0-1.
That's amazing. That's some consistency there and some durability.
Yeah, that's the key word, durability. Here's the 0-1. Ooh. And JV feeling it now, 97.
Yeah, he's given everything he's got in this inning. Looking to turn it over to the bullpen after he gets out.
Now Hardy has joined Verhagen. Here's the 0-2 to Beckham. Ball high. Well, they've seen each other quite a bit.
8 for 37, 216.
Verlander trying to finish off the White Sox here in the 7th. A run in to make it 7-3.
Oh,
ooh,
call it.
Where was it? All Verlander could do was shake his head.
I mean, that's right there in the corner. You'd think you'd get a call here, but he doesn't. Didn't even move his glove. McCann didn't. A lot of fastballs this inning.
That one missed outside. Run the count now to 3-2 on Beckham.
Those pitchers are coming in there hot, aren't they?
Well, they are. Verlander, sensing this is his final inning, is just letting it hang out.
You know, Brad has the lefty and the righty up in the bullpen. I think he'll see if Robin Ventura makes a move. If he gets the lefty, I think you'll see Blaine Hardy.
And he lost him. That's going to load the bases. So Verlander did not get the call on that close pitch. Ends up walking Beckham. And now Soto comes up.
He's got Verhagen and Hardy.
Justin throwing 114 in each of his last 2 starts. 117 is his season high. Here's Soto. '98.
Yeah, he's saying, here's my best. This is what I got. You come and get it. He's not trying to hang anything. You can see the conversation there. What should we do if this happens? What should we do if that happens?
Strike call. Now it's 0-2. A pair of 98-mile-an-hour fastballs from Verlander.
We were talking about earlier. I thought that he had it there if he needed it, and he needs it right now.
Oh man, he grunted that last one at 97.
You hear that?
You can hear it all the way up here.
Sounds like a tennis match.
JV 22 of 27 first pitch strikes, the last 13 in a row. Here's the 1-2. 99 now from Verlander. Not sure we've seen that all year.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he's throwing hard, but he's losing his location just a little bit. Might want to scale back. Got to make a good pitch here. I think he's got to stay with the fastball.
Swing and a miss at 98. See you later. 8 strikeouts for Verlander. They will leave him loaded, but get a run. Coming up, the McLaren Health Plan 7th inning stretch.
Really letting it go here in the top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded, coming at Giovanni Soto. All fastballs and up to 99 miles an hour. He's excited. He should be. Like to see that emotion and a lively dugout as well.
Soto not so happy. But he was was absolutely blown away. An upper 90s fastballs. Verlander 8 punch-outs.
Look at their average this season, 95. Fastball, 7th inning high, 99. We had an occasional grunt.
With the occasional mixed-in grunt.
That was impressive. I mean, he gives up 3 straight hits in a run, goes strikeout, walk, strikeout, and virtually 80-90% of the pitches are heaters. Started at 95, ended at 99.
Zach Putnam, the Michigan Wolverine, will check in now.
46th game. He was in the game the other day, throws the ball pretty well. Tigers are going to have to try and answer that 1 run that the White Sox had in the top of the 7th.
That made it 7-3. That's where we are right now in the bottom of the 7th. Ian Kinsler starts it off. Kinsler, Martinez. Fly ball right field. Avi Garcia to his left. 1 pitch, 1 out. So Ian's now 2 out of 4 today.
I think we're going to see Blaine Hardy. You've got Eaton, Abreu, and Thompson coming up. All better against right-handed pitchers.
Victor's been on base twice, was walked intentionally and scored in the 3rd. His 2-run shot early in the game. In fact, very early. The 1st inning got the Tigers off and running today. The Tigers have 9 hits. Putnam delivers a strike in the outside corner.
Victor also walked, scored 2 runs today for the Tigers.
1 ball, 1 strike. Putnam, when he came out of high school in the draft, was the 3rd best high school player ranked in 05. Then we mentioned he went to Michigan. Was the Mr. Baseball in Michigan in 05 coming out of high school. Ann Arbor Pioneer High School.
But didn't have to go far to go to Michigan, did he?
Nope. Right across the street. 2 balls, 1 strike on Victor Martinez.
Sure, he's got some family here at the game today. Get a chance to play at home.
Here's the 2-1. Victor rolls it foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, let's take a look at Victor Martinez. Rajai Davis on first. 1-0 count. Goes deep in the 1st inning. 2-run home run. Put the Tigers up 2-0. Against the youngster in his first major league start, Frankie Montas.
Let's get a guy on here to give JD a chance to get to 100 RBIs. He's on deck. Pull to right field. Into the seats it goes.
Victor's bat's getting a little quicker from that left side.
Yeah.
Solid contact as well.
Really been much better on this homestand.
Sometimes it takes a whole season to get to where you want to be.
Swing and a miss. Putnam got him that time, and there are 2 gone.
That'll bring up JD Martinez. Looking at outfielders, notable, huh? Best season with the Tigers.
Look at the 3rd guy on that list.
Nice dash. JD Martinez having a heck of a year, 37.98. My best year, 29.97. Look at the OPS down there. Mr. K-line on top, though, of course.
I'm hearing that Willie's stash is better than yours, though.
I'm not going to dispute that. A little bushier.
1 ball, no strikes. JD doubled in a pair of runs in the 3rd.
Remember coming down to the ballpark and watching those two gentlemen play, Mr. Kaline and Mr. Horton?
Yeah, no doubt.
And they're still here. Awesome.
2 balls, no strikes.
By the way, have you been watching Soto throw the ball back this series?
Yes.
I wonder if any of our viewers have noticed that we have not pointed it out.
It's been a while since, well, he's done it for a while, is what I'm trying to say, but check it out. Now, there is a reason for that, obviously.
He's got a little bit, they call that the thing.
The thing, where he just has trouble throwing the ball back to the pitcher. Now, when he's trying to throw a runner out at second base, no problem.
Yeah, he's fine.
Now, is the thing the direct cousin of the Yips? Or are they related at all?
It's the twin brother.
The twin brother of the Yips.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Identical. Identical twins. You know, when you see guys do that, sometimes you can bring it into play.
Line to center field, slicing, caught on the run by Thompson. Hit hard, but Martinez is out, and we go to the 8th. It has been a good day for Justin Verlander and the Tigers today as they continue to lead the White Sox 7-3. Here is our game summary. Victor had a big home run early.
He sure did. And JV, 7 innings pitched, 3 walks and 8 Ks with lots of velo there at the end.
Top of the order coming up for the White Sox as we go to the 8th inning, and it's going to be Blaine Hardy coming in.
Blaine Hardy getting an opportunity to come out of the pen with regularity now, facing lefties and righties. 2.88 ERA, done pretty good so far. Just has to remain consistent.
So it'll be Eaton, Abreu, and Thompson. 1, 2, and 3 for Robin Ventura. 7-3. Tigers have the lead in the 8th. Hardy missing high, and the count now is 2-0. Eaton has been kept off the bases so far. He's 0 for 3. 2-1. Hardy's been working a lot this year. 68 appearances, ties him for 3rd most in the American League.
Yeah, 59 in the 3rd innings, 98 in his career coming into this year.
3-1 on Eaton.
I think when he came up earlier, he had a little better location as of late. Seems to struggle a little more, but you pointed out the reason. Lots of games, getting late into the season, hasn't really been there as he walks Eaton.
Leadoff man is on for the White Sox. Hey, follow the Tigers wherever you are with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, and more. MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet. Or both. Here is Jose Abreu.
Blaine Hardy had 9 innings pitched in April, 12 in May, 11 2/3 in June, 13 in July. Now at 59 1/3 innings. Pretty consistent workload.
Snap throw back to first, and the runner back in there standing up. Well, he has continued to take the baseball, Blaine Hardy.
Jeff Jones is going to come out and have a conversation. Blaine Hardy has 7 pitches, 6 of them balls, so maybe they see something mechanical, or maybe it's time to tell a joke. You can use different methods out there on the diamond. Here you're seeing the snap throw by Mr. McCann. Eaten back safely.
Quick visit for Jeff Jones. 2-0 the count on Jose Abreu. One thing is for certain about Hardy, he is not rested on his laurels. Get it? Laurel, Hardy.
I'm trying not to smile. Really turned into quite the poet over there, aren't you?
Yeah, quite the poet, all right.
Is that a big show for you?
Yes.
Laurel and Hardy?
Yeah, it was.
I would say I'd be more Three Stooges.
Yeah, were you?
Yeah.
No, they were right there. High, towering fly ball to center field. That's going to be swallowed up by the center field out here as Ghost comes under it to make the play. 1 gone.
Good visit by Jeff Jones so far. Throws a strike, 1 pitch. Gets the out. Got the lead here. You're up 7-3. White Sox are running out of outs. They've got 5 left, so you're just interested in outs anywhere on the diamond. You prefer they don't score, but you want to make sure you think about the trail runner more than you do the lead runner. Keep the double play in order. Don't let the trail runner advance. Keep him at far away from the plate as you can. The odds are severely against them. They're going to score enough runs to come back if they play it right. If the Tigers play it right.
Oh, and 1 on Trace Thompson. Throw back. And that is ripped to left field foul. It'll bounce back into the seats. Ricochet around. Who wants it?
Yeah, one of the good things about Blaine Hardy, I think, is he's thrown all these innings. He's had this consistent work, and all the opponents and the teams now have seen him. They've got at bats against him. They've scouted him, so they know what he's all about, and he's still done a pretty good job. So he's in turn made adjustments to their adjustments, and the cycle has begun.
It appears it's always a never-ending cycle, too. Trace Thompson has 27 total hits, but he's got quite a few extra base hits.
Yeah, 51, almost 52% of his hits have been extra bases.
That'll get back out of play.
And just look, 2 foul balls. The first foul ball was on the left side of the diamond. The second foul ball on the right side of the diamond. So hard to defend. Hard to defend that. Kind of opens up the outfield. Thus you get the extra base hits.
Two and two.
Lane Hardy's big pitch this year really is the curveball. He's got a real good curveball. Again, many of the teams have seen it, understand how he's going to use it, and have made an adjustment to it.
Verlander went the first 7, giving way to Hardy here in the 8th.
Always good if you can have 3 pitches out of the bullpen. You could get away with 2.
Swing and a miss. Thompson strikes out swinging.
Chevrolet brings you the high strength steal. It was on James McCann back in the 2nd inning. Melky Cabrera, darn good catch right there. I don't know how he kept that ball from hitting the turf, but he did. He's okay. Tough break for James McCann.
So with 2 outs, Cabrera will stand in. Single and a homer in this game. 2 runs scored. And he straightens up ball 1.
Melky a little better from the right side, or against a right-handed pitcher. 286, only 241 against the lefties. I'm sure that went into Brad's thinking as he considered who to bring in to relieve Justin Verlander.
Ripped to left field. That's going to get down. It's a fair ball and rattle around the corner. This will get another run in. Eaton coming around third, and he will score. It's a double and an RBI, and Melky Cabrera a 3-hit day. The walk comes around to score here in the 8th.
This looks like he left it out over the plate a bit. Good extension by Cabrera. Tucks it down to the corner. I don't know what that hit down there, but it took a really funny hop when it hit. You know, it hit right there in the corner of the grass and the gravel. Hugs tight to the wall right there. As an outfielder, you got to stay out. We're going to have a pitching change.
Hardy walks off, and we'll be back.
In for the Tigers. Good job from the bullpen, but the Tigers comes in 3 up, 3 down. Good breaking ball right there. He has that good running fastball as well, gaining confidence in his roll out of the bullpen. Took a look at the numbers for Drew Verhagen, now into his 18th game. ERA very good, 2.42. 11 strikeouts, 13 walks, 75% ground ball rate, which is 30 points over the major league average.
Well, he has Garcia here after the double by Melky Cabrera makes it a 7-4 game. Garcia's single in 3 at bats. Busting him inside. 1 ball, no strikes on Avisail Garcia. Garcia spent 5 years in the minor league system for the Tigers. Got up briefly for parts of 2 years, and then of course was shipped out to the White Sox at a 3-team deal. 8 on his hands, and he popped him up right at home plate. McCann discards the mask, and Verhagen comes in and gets an out. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
A 7-4 lead over the Chicago White Sox. Coming up on a post-game edition of Tigers Live, we'll be talking to Justin Verlander, who yet again comes up with a quality start tonight. Victor Martinez, career milestone with his 200th home run in this one. Also, Rajay Davis, another awesome night at the plate for him as well. We'll bring you the manager's press conference as well. We got a 3-man crew back in the Coliseum studios. Mickey York, Craig Monroe, and Rod Allen. They'll get you caught up with scores and highlights. And, of course, we have hockey tonight. Let's not forget Red Wings and Chicago Blackhawks at 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. Also tomorrow, more preseason action. It'll be the Hawks and the Penguins at 7:30. The regular season gets underway October 9th against Toronto. We'll have an hour-long pregame for that one. Hey, Mario, did Gibby tell you he spilled coffee down his shirt this morning?
No. Did he really?
Well,
ask him about that.
He's got coffee on his shirt, so he's trying to blame me for that coffee as well as that weak tie he's got on.
No, no, I was going to say that was a pretty strong tie.
Thank you.
It's pretty.
Thank you, Jim.
Keep him coming, Jim.
My boy, Johnny K.
Run, Johnny, run.
Yeah, I will.
Here we go in the bottom of the 8th inning. Castellanos is starting things off for the Tigers in a 7-4 game. And he'll look at a strike on the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nick. Got a new pitcher now for Chicago. Who is it?
Dan Jennings again. We saw him the other day. Hard throwing lefty. 42 strikeouts versus 22 walks.
Here's the 1-1 swing and a foul ball at home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Dan Jennings, pretty much a fastball slider gentleman on the mound. Tigers are going to try and pick a run up here.
Single RBI for Castellanos. That was back in the 30s. 1 for 3. 7 runs, 9 hits for the Tigers. 4 runs on 6 hits for Chicago. The White Sox have come back with single runs in the 7th and 8th to tighten it up a bit. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Albuquerque and Phillies in the bullpen.
I would think Phillies if it's within 3 runs and a save. Albuquerque if we get a run.
And down goes Castellanos. 1 away. Well, Johnny was talking some hockey a minute ago. Remember the great rivalry the Red Wings and Avalanche had?
Oh yeah, I was here for this. I know that. Gibson family was in attendance, and pretty good rivalry going because of that. Of course, they've all gotten older. This was a beauty. The 2 goalies locked up. McCarty with the goals. Yeah, they really went at it for a period of time. Good hockey.
Gotta love Lemieux turtling there. Well, they're going to play the Stadium Series alumni game, and there's some pretty big names that have decided they're going to show up for this alumni game.
Who isn't there? Who isn't going to be there?
Yeah, good point. Here's ball 1 outside to Alex Avila, and look at some of the big names.
Stevie Y, Sergey, Nick Lindstrom. Oh boy. The 2 goalies, Chris Osgood and Mike Vernon, they both tangled with Patrick, didn't they?
Nice. Yeah, Patrick Waugh.
The fans used to be relentless on Patrick.
Oh.
Very intense competitor. But now it's all over and done. They all respect each other. Can laugh about it.
2-0 on Avila, whose ground out scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Now the 2-0 pitch. It's outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
I say he's not swinging here.
Putnam came on for a 1-2-3 7th. Jennings here in the 8th. McCann waiting on deck. And Alex is taking on 3-0. It's a strike, 3-1.
What does Foxtrax say? Good call.
He prefers Mr. Foxtrax.
What did I call him?
Just plain old Foxtrax.
Hey, Foxtrax. When is it appropriate to just call somebody by their last name?
I don't think it's ever appropriate, is it? Swing and a miss. Unless you're mad at him or something. Hey, Gibson.
Yeah.
Like with Johnny Kane, you can't just say Kane. You got to say Johnny Kane because it just rolls off the tongue.
I'll give you that.
3-2 on Avila. He takes the walk.
Ooh. Jennings tried to pull a quick one there on Avila. All fastballs pretty much, got down 3 balls, no strikes. Then he tries to throw the front door slider off the body. Doesn't quite make it back. Mr. Foxtrax agrees. Just off the plate.
Very nice.
I'll learn.
James McCann now with 1 on, 1 out. Hitless today. Pop up, fly ball, fly ball. 0 for 3 for McCann. Bouncer to second base. They'll go to second 1. Ramirez relay, double play. It'll be a 4-6-3, which means we're headed to the 9th.
come on board this year and surprised a lot of people, and I think people are surprised that he's done it for the full year. He's a good-looking talent, and he's going to get better.
Here are the numbers on Neftali Feliz.
Did participate yesterday, but on here for another save opportunity. It appears he's now the closer, 7 for 13 so far this year. Throwing the ball better as of late, better command. He'll have the task of holding the White Sox and not giving any more runs up, so the Tigers can secure the win here in the ninth.
Andrew Romine will take over defensively at third base. Tigers guarding a 3-run lead here, 7-4 as we go to the ninth. Alexei Ramirez will lead it off. It'll be Ramirez, then Sanchez, then Beckham. Tigers led early in this game. In fact, they never trailed. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead on the Victor home run in the first, added 4 in the third. And Justin Verlander, for the most part, has done the rest. Ramirez slaps that one foul, back out of play. That boy has to help out. RBI double for Ramirez in the 7th. So the chopper toward third. Romine plays the hop, and Alexei is out, one gone.
Played that well. Nasty hop.
Well, as promised earlier in the game, we've selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag Detroit Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
Another good picture again. We haven't seen any selfies on there, have we?
I don't recall seeing it. I'm sure one or two may have slipped in. There's a strike on Carlos Sanchez.
Sanchez struggled a little bit today. 3 strikeouts. We'll take a sombrero here, huh? A golden.
Golden.
That's 4.
One ball, one strike. No golden sombrero for Sanchez as he flies to left for out number 2.
Roger Davis on it quickly.
One more out separating the Tigers from their 71st win of this season. And Gordon Beckham will stand in with 2 gone. Off day tomorrow for the ball club, and then it's Minnesota coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Tigers with the chance to be spoilers.
It's fan appreciation weekend here at the ballpark. There's a strike called, 0-1. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beckham came on as a defensive replacement for Mike Olt, who started the game. He's had 1 at bat. That was a walk in the 7th.
Yeah, big walk, didn't it? Justin Verlander's last inning. Loaded him up.
That's when JV really got impressive, and he came back and just blew Soto away.
Struck him out on all fastballs. Last one 99 miles an hour. Feliz right here. You want to go ahead and get Soto. Don't want to. I mean Beckham. You don't want to let them turn the lineup over. Get up top again.
Here's the 2-1. 2-2. 95 up at the Chicago script on his jersey.
Yeah, good location right there. Got him to chase. Had a little life on that fastball, up and in. Pretty hard to get a barrel on that pitch.
J.B. Shuck has moved on deck if he gets that far. In the air to center field, right it goes, and the Tigers win. A 1-2-3 inning for Phillies, who earns the save. Tigers will get a split in the series by winning the final 2, including today's ball game 7-4. We'll be back to Comerica.